problem is we're on the verge of an economic collapse. Certainly we have all the ingredients for a major market meltdown. The government has to get out of the way and let our phony economy collapse.
The U.S. economy was a bubble. And so if you want to know why the bubble burst, the reason the bubble burst is because we inflated it to begin with. You know, all bubbles burst. The reason I understood that the crisis was coming is because I was not, operating under the false assumption that what was happening in the U.S., particularly this decade, was legitimate economic growth or legitimate prosperity. I understood that we were living in a credit bubble. I understood that all of the economic growth, or what was masquerading as economic growth in this country, was simply a function of Americans spending money that they didn't have. And where were they getting this money? Well, we were borrowing it. And we were borrowing it against the inflated values of our homes. I knew that real estate in the United States wasn't worth anything near what people were paying or what lenders were lending. And so I knew this was a disaster waiting to happen, that eventually the time would come when real estate prices started to fall. As prices would start to fall and defaults would start to rise, the whole house of cards was going to come tumbling down. And then once you pull the rug out from under the American consumer, you take away his ability to buy on credit, then an entire economy that was based on Americans borrowing and spending money comes collapsing down. And that's what's happening right now. American citizens have simply run out of the ability to spend borrowed money. And we now have a whole economy that has evolved around that concept. We have a service sector economy, but it's no longer viable because Americans can't buy things anymore because we're flat broke. And so we need to have a restructuring of our economy where we move back to a viable economy, just like every other country in the world. What we need to do is start saving our money and start producing stuff so we can help out. We can put into the economic pot instead of simply draw from it.